Pasta sauce feels like one of the most straightforward things you can buy. A jar of tomatoes, a few herbs, a quick weeknight dinner. But the jar in your cupboard right now almost certainly contains things you would never put in a homemade sauce. And in at least one case on this list, the company selling it has publicly said their own product should only be eaten once a week. Today we are covering 8 UK pasta sauce brands that raise real concerns and the 3 worth buying instead. Every claim is backed by a named source. Let us go. A real pasta sauce only needs a few things: tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, herbs, salt. When manufacturers add beyond that, it is almost always to make the product last longer on the shelf, improve the texture without spending more, or make it taste sweeter so you keep coming back. A large review published in the BMJ in 2024 looked at the results of 45 existing studies covering almost 10 million people and found that eating more ultra-processed food was consistently linked to higher risks of 32 different health problems, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and early death. The researchers were honest about the fact that the quality of the evidence in many of those studies was rated as low, so treat this as a concerning pattern rather than a proven fact. But jarred pasta sauce with added starch, added sugar, multiple oils, and flavorings falls into the ultra-processed category. That is the backdrop for everything on this list. Number 8. Dolmio, one of the most recognized pasta sauce brands in Britain, owned by Mars. The concern here starts with something quite remarkable. On 15 April 2016, Mars Food made a public announcement, reported by Reuters, that several Dolmio products, including lasagna sauces and meal kits, should be eaten no more than once a week because they are too high in salt, sugar, or fat. That is the company itself telling you not to eat its own product every day. The current ingredient list for Dolmio Original Bolognese, confirmed on Dolmio's own UK website, and the Morrison's grocery listing, includes modified maize starch and sugar listed before salt, oil, and basil. You would not add modified starch to a pasta sauce you made at home. And in June 2022, Mars Food UK had to recall Dolmio Carbonara pasta sauce pouches and stir-in products because they contained soya, which is an allergen, and it was not on the label. This was confirmed by the Food Standards Agency Alert, FSAAA 322022 on the FSA website. Number 7. Lloyd Grossman, priced at a premium and marketed on great ingredients and authentic Italian flavor. But the confirmed ingredient list for Lloyd Grossman tomato and basil, verified on the Tesco grocery listing, shows tomatoes at only 59%, with sugar listed before the oil and before the salt. For a sauce that costs more than most on the shelf, 59% tomatoes and added sugar before the herbs is not what the premium price tag suggests. The brand also confirmed on its own FAQ page that because the conflict in Ukraine disrupted sunflower oil supplies, it may swap sunflower oil for rapeseed oil in some products. This was agreed with Trading Standards and the Food Standards Agency, who allowed this kind of temporary substitution across the food industry during that period. But labels may not always be updated straight away when the swap happens, so what you see on the front may not always match what is inside. Number 6. Napolina, sold as the authentic Italian cooking brand trusted in British kitchens. But the standard Napolina tomato and basil, confirmed on the verified product listing, contains only 56% chopped tomato plus corn flour and sugar listed before garlic and basil. Corn flour is a thickener. You would not add it to a sauce at home. To their credit, Napolina launched a no added sugar range, which was reported by the grocer in 2024 and is a genuinely better product, but the standard version most people pick up still has both. Number 5. Sacla, well known for its pesto and its Italian roots. But the confirmed ingredient list for Sacla whole cherry, tomato, and Parmesan pasta sauce, verified on British Essentials, includes fructose and modified maize starch. Fructose is just added sugar with a different name on the label. Modified maize starch is a factory thickener. In a 2024 video review, Italian chef Vincenzo of Vincenzo's Plate specifically called out Sacla's modified starch as the reason it could not score higher on ingredient quality. The Italian background of the brand is real. What they're putting in the sauce is a different story. We are halfway through. When you last picked up a jar of pasta sauce, did you read the back or just the front? Drop a yes or a no in the comments right now. And if this is useful to you, please subscribe to our channel. We do this every single week, so you do not have to. Number 4, ragu. You will find it in most major UK supermarkets. The confirmed ingredient list for Ragu Old World Style Traditional, verified on the Ragu official website, starts with tomato puree and then lists soybean oil as the second main ingredient, before sugar, onions, and garlic. There is no olive oil in this product at all. Using soybean oil instead of olive oil in a sauce marketed as Italian is a money-saving choice. Research cited in public health nutrition journals has raised concerns about eating too much omega, 6 fat from refined vegetable oils without enough omega, 3 to balance it. The fact that olive oil does not appear in an Italian-style pasta sauce tells you exactly where the priorities are. Number 3. Supermarket own brand economy pasta sauces from Asda, Tesco, and Morrison's. Millions of families buy these because the budget does not stretch further, and there is no judgment in that. But economy pasta sauce ranges typically contain added starch, flavorings, and in some varieties a sweetener called glucose fructose syrup alongside the basic tomato base. The Food app, which tracks how processed UK grocery products are, consistently rates economy pasta sauces as ultra-processed because of these additions. A sauce that looks like it is just tomatoes and herbs but contains glucose fructose syrup and flavorings is not what the label makes it look like. Number 2. Heinz reduced sugar pasta and cooking sauces. The reduced sugar versions of Heinz cooking sauces use artificial sweeteners including sucralose and steviol glycosides instead of sugar. The Food app specifically noted in its 2025 UK analysis that these Heinz reduced sugar variants fall into the ultra-processed category because of those sweetener additions. If you are reaching for the reduced sugar Heinz version thinking you are making a healthier choice, you may actually be picking the more industrially made product, not the less processed one. Number 1. Dolmio lasagna kits and pasta bake sachets. This is at number 1 because it brings together more concerns in a single product than anything else on this list. These are the exact products Mars said in their April 2016 public announcement, reported by Reuters, should only be eaten once a week. The confirmed ingredient list for Dolmio Intensified Creamy Garlic and Black Pepper Pasta Sauce, verified on Dolmio's own UK website, includes water as the first ingredient, then modified maize starch, sunflower oil, and only tiny amounts of actual dairy. Butterfat milk is listed at just 1.6% and cream at just 0.9%. What looks and sounds like a creamy Italian sauce is mostly water, starch, and vegetable fat. The company's own advice is to eat it once a week. That is the only honest endorsement on this entire list. So what should you actually buy? 3 options that genuinely stand apart. Number 1, Moody Pasta Sauces. Italy's biggest tomato brand making tomato products since 1899, available at Ocado, Waitrose, and a growing number of UK supermarkets. The entire range has no added sugar, confirmed across all product listings on Ocado. The ingredient lists are short and clean: tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, salt, herbs. No modified starch, no fructose, no flavorings. Dozens of Ocado reviews from 2024 and 2025 specifically say the absence of added sugar is why people switched from mainstream brands. Number 2, Napolina No Added Sugar Range. The standard Napolina adds sugar and corn flour, but the no added sugar range reported by the grocer in 2024 is a genuinely different and cleaner product. Available in most major UK supermarkets. Just make sure you check which version you are picking up because they look similar on the shelf. And the simplest option of all, make your own. 1 tin of good quality chopped tomatoes or passata, half an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, a splash of olive oil, salt, and basil. Under 10 minutes, 6 ingredients, no added sugar, better flavor than anything in a jar, and you control everything in it. The jarred pasta sauce market is built on the assumption that most people will never flip the jar over and read what is on the back. Now you know what is in some of those jars. Dolmio's own parent company told you its lasagna sauce belongs in the once-a-week column. Sokla adds fructose and starch to a premium product. Lloyd Grossman adds sugar before the herbs. Economy ranges add starch and sweeteners to what should just be tomatoes. Turn the jar over next time before it goes in your basket. Drop what you find in the comments below. Share this with someone who makes pasta twice a week without ever reading the label. And please subscribe to our channel. We are here every week doing exactly this research, so you do not have to. We will see you in the next one.